Magik, issue number 7 from Marvel Comics. So we start off in the Badlands of South Dakota, where we see Danny about to enter this secret base. She's being followed by someone. It turns out to be Magik. Magik has been following her this entire time, basically because Danny hasn't been answering her calls. Magik is worried about Cal, and Magik forces Danny to take her inside the base and show her where Cal is. So we see Cal, and he's stuck inside this room, and it turns out that Liminal has taken control over his body, but he doesn't have like his full powers yet. So here's the thing, I'm glad that Liminal is back, because I complained about this, not in the last issue, because the last issue was dealing with Limbo and the resistance group going on there. But the issue before, I said how we built up Liminal as this pretty much god character that could take over the world, and how he got defeated so easily. And I was like, is that it? Like, we built him over these issues only to just beat him? That was kind of lame. But no, the Liminal story isn't done yet. We're still with it. We just took a one-issue break from it, which begs the question of why did we have that last issue in the first place? I'm hoping that Limbo and like the fact that there's a group rising up to take over Limbo and, you know, overthrow Maggie, the Goblin Queen and stuff. I'm hoping that that actually plays a part in this Liminal storyline. Otherwise, it just feels like a filler issue, which I'm not opposed to filler issues, but I don't know. I feel like it's just the pacing kind of got thrown off. There are some mentions here about the last issue, so not like it just took place in its own vacuum or whatever, but still. Glad that the Liminal thing is still going. Apparently, Cal's been taken over. Magik is really upset. Here's one of my faults with this series, is that I don't really buy the Cal-Magik friendship. We didn't really get to focus too much time on them. Even though they were on this journey together, they weren't constantly like interacting with each other, it feels like. It was pretty much like they had a little bit of downtime in the like at the beginning of an issue, and then they were fighting some threat. And it was mostly Magik fighting the threat. Most of the first issues was Magik not only dealing with Liminal, but also fighting her inner demons, basically Darkchild. That was kind of like the main focus. Cal was kind of just thrown in there. In fact, he was such a non-factor character that there were times I completely forgot his name. It's hard for me to buy Magik giving a crap about Cal. I mean, maybe Magik is just one of those people that she cares about everybody that she comes across that's nice to her or something. Even then, Cal wasn't like super nice to her. Like, he was very distrusting of her. And even though he went along with this mission, it wasn't like he like fully trusted her. Maybe in the end, he kind of started to a little bit. But what I'm trying to say is that there wasn't enough focus on their friendship for me to really care. So when Cal was like taking over, it's like, oh, I don't really care. Like, I don't know this character enough. We didn't really see enough of him that I should care if he's losing control of his body to some demonic god creature. Nor do I buy Magik willing to go through all this trouble for him. I mean, it could be just more of guilt and she wants to kind of fix that guilt. But even then, like, I wish we had more of them. Just more of, like, we could even have just a whole arc where she is trying to earn his trust. He's very distrusting of her, and it's because of the whole Darkchild. And then over time, as we go, we see that, you know, that they go from reluctant allies to the friendship starting to build a little bit. And over time, Cal's starting to trust her a little bit more. Maybe there's some big event, like she saves his life or something. Maybe he has a conversation with Darkchild. I don't know, maybe he comes to the realization that Darkchild hasn't done anything evil the entire time that we've seen her in this series. And he realizes, okay, maybe the prophecies are wrong. Something like that would have been nice. Like, to just actually really see the friendship building. So that's when it comes to this, where Magik is willing to battle against her friend Danny's group. I can buy it. Because that's what we get next. Basically, Cal starts taunting Magik. And Danny's group is immediately like, Magik is manifesting Darkchild. We have to stop it. And so they go to attack both of them. They try to kill Cal as well as take out Magik. Not kill her, but just kind of stop her. And so Magik is forced to fight against Danny's friends, basically. I can understand her, like, wanting to fight to protect herself, obviously. But I don't really see her, like, why she's going so much for Cal. Again, it's because we didn't really get to see much of the relationship, at least to me. Maybe it works for you, but for me, I would have liked to have seen more bonding as they go on this adventure. I feel like Cal, like, not even did he just take a back seat to Magik and her, like, inner turmoil about Darkchild, but he even took a back seat to Danny. Like, we got more interactions between Magik and Danny than we did with Magik and Cal. So to see Magik, like, not only willing to fight against Danny's group, but also willing to kind of fight against Danny for Cal, I'm just like, okay, I don't really see why. So yeah, we get somewhat of a fight scene. It gets stomped. We do see Danny like standing up for Magik against her friends, and that's when the leader of this group shows up. This is the Embodiments, and she is the leader of this organization. She tries to basically pacify everyone. She apologizes to Magik for her underlings, and she's like, "We're not trying to kill Cal, or at least we shouldn't. Our goal is to stop Liminal." But yeah, basically, she's just showing her around. No, the other people aren't really trusting of Magik because of Darkchild, but Darkchild kind of snaps back at them, which I like. I like the fact that she's starting to stand up for herself now instead of shying away from confrontations. But she basically just shows Magik all the places until eventually she shows her like this library, and she's like, "Feel free to use all the resources that we have. I know we have like prophecies and stuff. And sometimes the prophecies could be wrong. The one about Darkchild was done before I took over, and the prophecy wasn't wrong, it was just misinterpreted. And so that's why a lot of the people here are a little bit wary, because they're having prophecies and they think that maybe Magik is going to cause some kind of trouble, or at least Darkchild, I should say. And that's when they shove in Cal into the room, and basically Cal's like really starting to lose himself to Liminal, and the Embodiment's like, "I want to help you. I know you don't trust me, but we're on the same side here. I have a mission for Danny, and I'm sure you would want to go too. And this mission will maybe help us find a way to separate Cal from Liminal, or at least to bind Liminal so that Cal will be back in control." And there's a little bit more, but I don't want to spoil everything. I will say that I actually did enjoy this issue. I critique it, but that doesn't mean that I didn't like it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought it moved the story a lot. Like, there was a lot of talking. There was some fight scenes, mostly between Magik and some of the Embodiment's underlings. But that was kind of a quick fight. Most of it was talking and just kind of like setting up what the next arc is going to be. Setting up that Liminal is slowly taking over Cal. Setting up what this base is, how they got their powers, who these other characters are, what their powers are, what the prophecies, why they could be wrong or misinterpreted, just stuff like that. Setting up for how we can possibly save Cal. So a lot of setup, a lot of dialogue, but I liked it. I thought it was good. I do have my faults with it. Mostly, I don't really buy the friendship between Magik and Cal, just because I feel like we didn't see enough of it. But besides that, I thought this was a good issue, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. I will say that I kind of am hoping that the attempted takeover of Limbo that we saw in the last issue, I'm hoping that plays a part later on. Like, maybe at some point Liminal is able to get the resistance on his side to help him, you know, gain more control over Cal. And so Magik and Danny have to team up with the Goblin Queen to battle against Liminal and his army. Like, something like that would be kind of cool. I'm just hoping that it wasn't just a complete filler and that there's actually a purpose for it. And we'll see it later on. Like, we might not know what that purpose is just yet, but at some point it's going to come into play. But yeah, I like this issue. I thought it was pretty good. So there you go. There's Magik issue number 7. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still want to thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next one is more to your liking. With that said, thank you once again, and I hope you guys and gals have a good one. Later.